Big Bear Lake, California is a prime example of why so many people head to the Golden State for a relaxing vacation complete with stunning views, outdoor activities, and amazing nature. It's a stunning area that won't disappoint, especially if you like outdoor activities. Even if you don't, the breathtaking vistas and impressive wildlife will leave you wanting to stay longer. Join Viewcation as we discover the best things to do in Big Bear Lake, California. Big Bear Lake. Big Bear Lake itself is the biggest reason why many people make the trek to the area. It's a gorgeous body of water set within the towering forest and hills of the area. It's actually a man-made lake, and we can all agree they made it pretty much perfect. It features 22 miles of shoreline, and on its shores there are shops and other places to pop into. And a big reason to do that, besides grabbing a bite to eat, is probably to rent gear for water sports. Big Bear Lake is ideal for taking out a jet ski, renting a boat, canoeing, kayaking, and any number of related water-based activities. There are 6 marinas set at various points around the lake, and you'll be able to rent water vessels there or get more fuel for them if you've been out on the water for a while. If you're into fishing, you can check out the charter fishing expeditions. And for more adventurous types, there are flyboarding opportunities as well as parasailing. It's a great place to spend one or multiple days. Big Bear Alpine Zoo. In 1959, the Big Bear Alpine Zoo was constructed as a place to rehabilitate local animals after a large forest fire in the area. At this point, it was called Moon Ridge Animal Park, and while it has technically turned into a zoo in the more traditional sense, it still retains the spirit of the reason it was created. That's because it only hosts animals that are either orphaned or injured. It seeks to rehabilitate them and, if possible, get them back out in nature as soon as possible. And if it's not possible, they can live out their lives being cared for at the Big Bear Alpine Zoo. So for anyone who might be hesitant to visit zoos because they want the animals to be free, it's reassuring to know that the Big Bear Alpine Zoo only has this guiding principle. It takes care of more than 180 animals, making up around 85 different species. These include animals like Arctic foxes, owls, flying squirrels, mountain lions, American badgers, and many more. And these animals often only have human contact with the keepers of the zoo as they are rehabilitated. But each day there's a presentation of many of these creatures at the zoo's amphitheater. And if you really want a chance to check out the animals, head on one of the tours led by a zoo docent. Stanfield Marsh Wildlife and Waterfowl Preserve. Nature lovers will adore the Stanfield Marsh Wildlife and Waterfowl Preserve. It's a stunning nature preserve and a fantastic place to take in the gorgeous scenery that the Big Bear area has to offer. If you've spent time in and around a bustling metropolis before getting to Big Bear, this might be the ideal first spot to hit up, because it's basically the opposite of that. You'll be able to breathe deep, soak in the quiet landscape around you, and fully enjoy the wonder of the region. There are wooden walkways that have been placed throughout the marshes. These allow you to easily traverse the entire area, whether it's simply to stroll around or to check out the excellent variety of waterfowl. If you're a bird watching enthusiast, you'll definitely want to pick out a couple of spots to sit and enjoy the many species in and around the preserve. And even if you're not, a walk and a picnic in the Stanfield Marsh Wildlife and Waterfowl Preserve is a great way to spend an afternoon. Alpine Pedal Path. If you're a cyclist, the Alpine Pedal Path is an ideal spot in Big Bear. Or even if you're more of a hiker, this 3.2-mile path is a great spot for taking in the scenic environment. The path starts at the Stanfield Cutoff and goes until the Serrano Campground. Along the way, you'll see great sights like the Big Bear Discovery Center and the Big Bear Solar Observatory. More on that one later. It's a great free activity for people of all ages and abilities. That's because it's a very flat path with a lot of benches along the route, so you can take your time and rest whenever the need arises. The view along the Alpine Pedal Path is just as stunning as the other outdoor attractions in Big Bear, and the opportunity to see incredible birds is equally good. If you're on a bike, you'll make quick work of the 3.2 miles. So as good as this is of a bike path, it might even be best served by transportation that moves a little slower. You'll see people along it in rollerblades, parents with strollers, kids on scooters, and more. A good idea might be to plan ahead for a barbecue picnic during the walk, and if you decide on that, you'll be able to use the barbecue grills at Juniper Point. Before we tell you more about the best of Big Bear Lake, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Big Bear Solar Observatory. Have you ever wanted to stare directly into the sun? Hopefully the answer is no, or at least hopefully you haven't tried this with your naked eye. But at the Big Bear Solar Observatory, they provide the chance to safely stare at the sun. They host a solar telescope, which are specifically designed to allow you to look into the sun without burning your eyes. It's open year-round, though there are the most public tours available in the summer. And obviously, it's best to come while the sun is out and shining. One word of note is you'll need to travel around 1,000 feet back and forth on a gravel road to get to the building, and the telescope is up 3 flights of stairs. So if that level of movement might be tough for you, this could be an attraction to avoid. Alpine Slide at Magic Mountain. The Alpine Slide at Magic Mountain is fantastic, particularly because it's set up for adventure and fun at any time during the year. When it's warm out, you can ride a chairlift to the mountain's peak. From there, you'll have your choice of 2 alpine slides to shoot down on sleds that hold 1 to 2 people. It's a super fun ride, especially for the kids. The 2-person sleds also make it a great option for holding a parent and a kid for the same trip down. The attraction also has a mini golf course, go-karts, and an alpine water slide. And for the roller coaster enthusiasts in your group, the Soaring Eagle ride will be sure to get your heart pumping. It launches you 100 feet up at 28 miles an hour. But the fun isn't dependent on it being a nice day out. In the winter, come check out the excellent Tubing Hill. It's a fun ride down the mountain, made even more fun by the fact that they have a magic carpet lift that's inside of a plexiglass to get you back up the hill, so you won't get cold trying to get to the top. And since the resort makes a ton of its own snow, you don't have to worry if there isn't snow on the ground yet in the area. You'll still be able to take advantage of the Alpine Tubing Hill. One thing of note, they don't take credit cards, so bring cash. Pine Knot Trail. Big Bear Lake is known as an area sought out by hikers. That's because there's an abundance of incredible hikes that put you in the middle of gorgeous and scenic nature. While you can't go wrong with any of the hikes in the area, a very popular one is Pine Knot Trail. It's a 6.2-mile hike, so expected to take a while if on foot. Of course, some people also choose to traverse it by bike or by horse, but that's up to you. Regardless of how you go, the Pine Knot Trail offers stunning views and amazing panoramas of the area. Now it's time to hear from you. Have you ever been to Big Bear Lake? If so, did we miss any of your favorite activities or spots? And if not, do you think you'll ever go there? Let us know in the comments section below.